welcome to Dining Around. I'm Alan Richmond.
And I'm Nina Griscom. Today we're going to tell you how you can make a splash big enough to whet your appetite for great global cuisine. And later on we'll meet the man who knows restaurant etiquette like no one else. But our first stop is to a restaurant in the Midwest that boasts the largest wine list in all of Oklahoma. Believe it or not, our trip to Oklahoma City introduced us to some world-class restaurants. Metro Wine Bar and Bistro is one of those that impressed us, with food and wine comparable to the finest and hospitality that only Midwesterners are known for. Chris Lauer, a restaurateur, and Kurt Fleischfresser, a chef, have joined forces in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
It's one of our ambitions to put Oklahoma on the culinary map.
That's right, Oklahoma, our heartland, known more for being home to our country's Cowboy Hall of Fame, and where it's not unusual to see an oil well sitting right in front of a government building.
A lot of people have the impression that we don't have knowledgeable diners, which is totally wrong, because we've got actually 6 restaurants full of knowledgeable diners every day.
Zucchini squash.
And courtesy of Kurt and Chris, Oklahoma diners are enjoying it all. From modern Mexican to gourmet French, Metro gave Oklahomans yet another choice.
Wanted to do something that was a little more affordable, something that people could enjoy more often. And so we got the idea for the Metro Wine Bar and Bistro.
You know, we wanted to go out to eat, and if we wanted roasted chicken, or if we wanted, you know, a good soup and crusty bread.
I've got a half of a roast chicken. It's been marinated in some fresh rosemary, some fresh garlic, and some fresh thyme.
Chef Chip Sears gives roast chicken a lift with caramelized onions and tomatoes.
The idea is to get the skin as crispy as possible. Plate that on top.
He sautés it all together in a tarragon marinade before plating the chicken with fresh carrots and whipped potatoes.
But what we've done is taken, you know, a feet-on-the-ground type of approach where we've got some, you know, really good, high-quality food, and we've kind of shuffled in, you know, duck confit.
The menu, after all, is part bistro and includes appetizers like wild mushroom duxelle ravioli. Tiger shrimp are sautéed with sweet garlic and deglazed with brandy and white wine. Then it's all simmered in a champagne cream sauce.
There are not a lot of people coming from around the country here. If there were, I think you would be hearing more about what was going on here, food-wise and entertainment-wise.
While Chip is turning out dishes like seared escolar with risotto cake and sautéed spinach in a beurre blanc sauce, Kurt is spreading the good word.
Kurt's trip to the James Beard House, he's been there twice now, presented an Oklahoma regional menu, and so that gives us a chance to sort of show off what's going on here and prove that Oklahoma is not the culinary backwater that some people may think it is.
The cherry and pepper really pops on that.
And we also have a very aggressive, ongoing winemaker dinner program. Kurt helps the chefs here put together a menu that highlights the wines that are being featured.
Wine pairing is one of my favorite things. Chris always has good ideas, but I like bouncing stuff off of him because he knows the wine inside and out, and he'll give me feedback.
This is one of our red wine flights, and we do 24 different wines by the glass each month.
Oklahoma is not your typical state as far as wine. We've had to bring in a lot of wines that to the state that weren't available. I mean, we've had some limitations. We've only had liquor by the drink for, you know, 10 years.
Besides being the wine connoisseur, Chris also designs all of the restaurants. At Metro, he combined his 2 passions.
What we finally came up with was taking wine labels, blowing them up on a giant Xerox machine to about 30 by 40 inches, and giving them to some of our best local artists. And I didn't give them any instructions beyond make this art.
Why did Chris Lauer and Kurt Fleischfresser choose Oklahoma City to create their mini restaurant empire?
The people, I mean, everybody's saying hello. I mean, it's a good people state. I mean, it's not a great late night party till you drop state, but it's a great people state, and it's a...
Actually, I think one thing's kind of funny. I mean, Chris says all he wants is a little good soup and some crusty bread, and then he makes escolarge and garlic sage, beurre blanc, and...
Yeah. To his credit.
Yes,
I mean, you've
absolutely.
got a lot of great food going on here, and I really like the point he makes. You know, a lot of people on either coast kind of lose sight of the fact that there's wonderful food all over America, and it gets, you know, it's nice to be reminded of that.
Well, all these great chefs that are being turned out of all these schools right now, they got to go someplace. They can't all go to New York and Los Angeles. So
Absolutely
they got to
right.
spread out around the country.
Now, you know, the food that we see on the video, I think, is really good food. It looks, you know, contemporary. I would call it American bistro, I guess, not
Right.
French at all. But I see on the menu, the more casual menu, I suppose, more day-to-day menu, things that they're pretty much, I wouldn't say old-fashioned in a negative sense, but have been around for a while, like pâté maison, vichyssoise, French onion gratiné,
Well,
fettuccine
that's the French
Alfredo.
bistro part of it, yeah, that they're trying to do.
Right. And he does a really good rendition of all those things.
Right. And they also do a lot of omelets. I wish I could try their omelets. I have not been there because I'm making a great omelet.
Oh, that's an art.
I'd give them total French bistro authority
Right.
if they could make a great omelet.
And he's got many, many varieties. You can have it with chutney, bell peppers, black olives, all different kinds, aside from the standbys.
And you have to give them credit for the wine list, because putting a wine list together in Oklahoma isn't easy. They even have
Anywhere.
a section of a wine list for Charbonneau, which is a obscure red grape from California, which is very nice.
Well, it looks like they're doing good things out there. Okay, the Metro Wine Bar and Bistro. It's at 6418 Northwestern, and that's in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. They're at 405-840-9463. The average price for dinner is $27, and they do take credit cards here. They're open every day, and they're wheelchair accessible.
Well, it is a hop, skip, and a splash away from New York City. Coming up, we will visit Connecticut.